Hello, my love. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Alana. If you are new here, you can call me Alana or Lana. Today, we are going to dive into self-love. And I'm going to start the video off with something I feel like you shouldn't do. And I know I don't like saying what you shouldn't do or telling you what to do, but I really recommend it in the self-love journey to start with these two things, removing them. And they can be big things or they can be small and maybe they don't even apply to you, but I think they're very, very important. The first one is with your menstrual cycle. We've been told all throughout history that our menstrual cycle is bad, that it's dirty, that it's all these things, and you've heard them before. You might even think this yourself, because I know I was one of them. I was like, ew, it's bleeding, ew, just all those things. I really, really encourage you to look at it differently. Our bodies are so, so incredible. They're so incredible. But women, the fact that you could literally carry a human, like carry a baby, push them out, is insane. Like, it's mind-blowing. It's beautiful. It's all the things. It's magnificent. And society has told you that it's not. And so really pay attention to that, your thought processes around your period. I'm going to make a video about this really soon. I already kind of started recording it, but I have a different vision for it. So that should be coming out in the next week or two. And once that video is recorded, I will link it here somewhere so you could listen to it. But that is the first thing. Don't look at your period that way. The second thing I would say is letting go of your negative thoughts about yourself. Start paying attention to what are you saying to yourself about yourself, whether this is out loud, whether this is in your head, whether it's when somebody gives you a compliment and you don't believe it, you just kind of say thank you and then throw them another compliment, whatever those thoughts are. I want you to kind of think of it like you're in your brain, you're in this mental library in your head, and you start container maybe, and you start to look through these books, look through these archives and see like, oh, I said this, but that doesn't really fit. I need to delete that. I need to block that. I need to trash that or remove that. And maybe you imagine yourself literally, quite literally, taking these thoughts that you've gathered up in this mental container, in this library or this storage room of your brain, and you throw it over a cliff, or you throw it in a trash, or you burn it or cut it up, whatever that thing is, shredding it. And whatever the thing is that you imagine, picture that and do that maybe on a daily basis or every week, just kind of to check in with yourself. And or just simply just saying to yourself when it happens, writing it down, writing a note like, I said today that I was dumb. I said today to myself that I couldn't do this. I said today that I wasn't worth this job, or that I'm a terrible woman, whatever those thoughts are, and then write them down and then go in and replace them, discard them, block them, rip them, whatever you need to do, and create new ones. Actually, right now let's try like a meditation, like a little visual kind of guided type of meditation. I like these. I started doing them with Calm. Calm is actually the reason why, the Calm app is the reason why I even thought to do this. But Calm used to always do these guided meditations, and my old therapist, she used to do them too. And so now I tend to do this as visualization. And even one of my coaches that I have right now, Alexis, in her courses, she does it as well. And I just think they're so useful to be able to have this visualization. And if you're like me, where you don't visualize in such detail all the time, where it's so, I don't know how to explain it. Like when I visualize, it's not the same as when other people describe it. Even if you're like me, it's okay to at least visualize. Like you could still do it. It may not be as vivid as someone else, but it's vivid enough for your mind. And the more you do it, the more that your mind starts to like embrace these thoughts and these affirmations and these visualizations. It's really, really cool. Like our minds, our bodies are like so awesome. What I want you to do is, if you're comfortable, if you're not, close your eyes. But if you're not, keep them open. You could just keep your eyes open. And I want you to start your breath, like start to breathe. You can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Take a few deep breaths. And I want you to go back to what I was sharing with you, back to the container in your brain, in your mind, whether it's however you visualize that, whether it's in a library or, like I said, a container, or if it's on a shelf, or it's in a bag, or maybe you're picturing your literal brain. And I want you to find those thoughts, the thoughts that you've been thinking, the negative ones. And when you find these thoughts, I want you to gather them up into a bag or in a box or on a cart, and keep gathering them, as many as you can find. And as you find them, as you see them, I want you to start releasing them in your mind, just like, I release you. I release this thought. I release this book. I release this story. I release this action. And as you gather them all up, I want you to imagine how you would discard of these items. Like I said, maybe it's you throw them off a cliff. Maybe you put them in a trash bag. Maybe you have a container that you lock them in, or a cage, whatever that thing is, burning, shredding, cutting. Do that. And when you're doing it, I want you to release these things, and I want you to thank them, because sometimes these thoughts, they protect us, or at least they think they're protecting us, right? Thank them for showing up and showing you what you know now, so that you can release them and take on new thoughts, new beliefs, new stories. And once you release those items with love, I want you to imagine yourself going to a field of flowers. And imagine that these flowers, they're growing words on them. Words of like beautiful and smart and radiant, kind, exceptional, strong, vibrant, brave, unafraid, courageous, splendid, whatever it is. Imagine those words on the flowers. And I want you to imagine yourself walking through this field of flowers and taking whatever flowers you need right now. I am kind. I am brave. I am smart. I am important. I am valued. I am loved. I am cherished. I am. Keep collecting these flowers, and I want you to take them home or take them to your favorite place. I want you to care for them, love on them, water them, do all the things that you need to keep them alive and growing. Maybe you replant them. Whatever is possible in your mind, whatever you think of, do that. And when they start to wither or dim, when you start to doubt yourself and want to go back to the trash that you already got rid of, I want you to keep watering these words. Keep remembering these words that you picked up, that you planted, that you loved on. Keep cherishing them, keep loving them. Maybe you put them next to your bed. Maybe you put them in the sunlight so when you're walking through your door, you see them. Whatever you do, picture it, hold it, cherish it, love it. Because these words, these flowers, they're what you're taking on now. They are who you are choosing to plant, who you are choosing to be. Give yourself a few minutes to imagine this, to feel it. And once you have your flowers and you're smiling and you're feeling all the things that you're feeling after this exercise, I want you to take a few breaths in and out. Then I want you to wiggle your toes or your hands or move your neck. Maybe you stretch a little bit. Open your eyes if your eyes were closed. Open them when you're ready. Come back into the room. And whatever you picked for yourself, whatever flowers, I want you to start saying those things. When you start doubting yourself, when you start saying things that are so mean, because we say such mean things to ourselves sometimes. When you hear yourself saying, I'm ugly, I want you to take that flower, think of that flower. I'm beautiful. I'm radiant. I'm exceptional. Every single day, take them with you. And maybe do this exercise, as many times as you want in different ways. I just think that it's a useful tool. And this is what I do with just day-to-day life. If I'm going through something, I'll go through and visualize something, whatever comes to my mind that way. You may do this visualization totally different than I did, but just having the tool, being able to know that you can do it is very beneficial. You could also write it down if you're not a person who's very visual. It helps too. I guess you can call that like scripting, but I like to do that sometimes. Or you could audio record yourself just going through the process, or you could just think about it. It doesn't have to literally be a visualization practice. Here are some activities that you could do throughout the week, this week, to be able to kind of help you with your self-love journey. Because I think a lot of people, when we see self-love, it's always like doing your nails, doing your hair, which I am going to mention in this because it makes you feel good. But there are things along the journey, like we just talked about, being able to see yourself differently, being able to appreciate yourself differently, to be able to love yourself even with your flaws. It's okay to be flawed. No one's perfect. Even the celebrities we see online, they're not perfect. No one is. The only thing that may be perfect is like if somebody creates an AI, but is it really perfect? There's still going to be some kind of flaws. That's why when I make these videos, I do my best to show up exactly how I am at the moment, trying not to go change my clothes or put on makeup because it's just not me. You may be a person who wears makeup every day. Do that. You get your lashes done, do that. Do the things that make you happy. And I know sometimes it sounds so selfish, but sometimes you have to be for a little while you're going through that journey. Sometimes you have to isolate yourself a little bit. I did the same thing. And there were times when I was crying, like brokenhearted, like boo-hooing, screaming out into the mountains or screaming out my car window, because the journey of self-love is not always easy, but it's so worth it. Sometimes you have to face things that you didn't want to face. Sometimes you have to realize there are parts of you that maybe you put yourself in those situations. There's other times you have to realize that there's people you have to let go of and other people, new people that you need to experience. There's so many things, so many parts of it, and I don't want to tell you it's all pretty. Some of it is going to be ugly and dirty and uncomfortable, but you can do it. And I know this because I've been doing it. I've been doing some of this for years. But the biggest transforming or transformation I've had has been in the last like 6 months since I started YouTube, really. It's exposed things. You know, people have said things about me on YouTube in the comments, and I had to think like, this person's just a hurt person, or this person just doesn't think like me, and that's okay. And I didn't get to that point just by getting to that point. I got to that point by loving myself, by learning myself and understanding humans and psychology. Sometimes you're going to get mad at yourself and you're going to want to not forgive yourself. But some of you really do need to forgive yourself. I don't know what for, you do. Examine your mind, examine your thoughts, examine the things you've gone through. And still love yourself anyway. Like that is the most beautiful love, is when you could love somebody knowing they're flawed. That's why I could love other people that way, because I am flawed and I love myself. So that's my encouragement, is just love on you. And I have a list of some things that you can do throughout this week to be able to kind of put you on that self-love journey. One thing I would say, and this is going to be very uncomfortable and it may be triggering for some people, but I think it's a very important thing to do, and I feel like it's so powerful. It's every day, whenever you have time by yourself. It doesn't have to be in the morning necessarily or at night. Just at some point throughout the day, get in front of the mirror without your clothes on. Look at yourself. Really look at yourself. Compliment yourself. Love on yourself. Thank your body for getting you to where you are. There's some of us we've done so many things to our bodies. We ate terribly. We didn't exercise, or we exercised too much, or we spoke so ill about our bodies all the time, or other people talked ill about our bodies. But I want you to look at your body and love on it. And it's going to be uncomfortable, especially for someone who does not like your body, especially in a society we're in, because we're always told stretch marks are this, or having this flaw, or this hyperpigmentation, or this pimple, or this ingrown hair. No one's going to love you. That is not true. That is not true. There are plenty of people. Do not rely on social media for the marker of beauty, because beauty, it changes. It changes with the times. One day they'll say, oh, a thin body's in. The next one, it's a thick one. Then it's a one who has very strong body. Then it's somebody who's dark. Then it's somebody who's light. Then it's people with long lashes, and then it's not. I wouldn't worry about it. As hard as that is, I would not worry about it. Be so happy that your body has kept you alive. Because I know my body, I'm very happy, because there's times when I did not feed it well. There's times when I did not care, and it still kept me here. Your body's just always trying to fight to keep you alive, no matter what. Thank it for that. Thank you for keeping me here. Thank you for supplying me what I need. Thank you for putting my life before vanity. Thank you, body. Say the nice things. Point out the things you love about yourself. Maybe you have a spectacular nose that no one else has. Maybe your eyes. Maybe it's your lashes. Maybe you love your hair or your hair color. Whatever it is, love on you. Say it. And honestly, I'll say at this point, say it even if you don't fully believe it. I love you. I love you, body. I love you, self. Keep saying it. Keep acting like it. Do things that show your body that you love it, that you love you. And that's where these lists of things come in, because you've taken the time to tell your body, you love yourself. That's an act of self-love. You could do things like you can go change up your hairstyle. You could, or like get a haircut or coloring or something. Go get your nails done if you don't normally do that. Go wear that dress that you keep saying that you can't wear because there's nowhere to go. Wear it for yourself. Go wear it to the grocery store. Do you. If you want to be bougie, you want to be glammed up, do it. Even if other people are like, what are you doing? What in the world? You do it for you. Be courageous. It's going to feel so uncomfortable, I'm telling you, but just do it. Maybe you need to go do a whole new wardrobe. Maybe you want to change your style. Go window shopping. You don't necessarily have to go shopping right now, but go try on clothes and see how they feel. Like, what does this feel like? Like me, I'm really into like linen and cotton. So like trying that on. Oh, I love the way this feels on my skin. It's so light and airy. You know, maybe you like certain dresses or you like certain jeans. Go try them on. Go see the fit. Go drive your dream car. Like, go drive it and feel like, what does this feel like? It feels amazing to be able to drive fast in this car, to be able to feel the leather or smell the new car smell. Go and get dolled up. Like, after you do all these things, and take pictures of yourself or have a photographer do it for you. You don't have to send them to anybody. You don't have to post them anywhere, but just take them for you. Feel sexy, feel loved, feel beautiful for you, not for anybody else. Maybe you decided as an act of self-love this week, you go journal. You journal about the things you meditated on or the things that you've said to yourself and that you want to change. Maybe you journal about how you want to show up in the world, how you want to change, how you see your relationship with yourself going in the future. Going to the gym. Maybe you decide, I'm going to go get a gym membership, or I'm going to go start walking outside. I'm going to start moving my body. I'm going to go to a dance class or watch one on YouTube and participate in it, or you take an online course. But being able to move your body freely and just love on yourself and just be you, flow. Do things that are uncomfortable this week, something that challenges you a little bit, that gets you out of your comfort zone. Maybe it's going on a walk in public. Maybe you don't do that normally. You usually have somebody go with you. Maybe it's going to the gym alone, going to a class alone. My last thing, there's a long list and I'll probably just write more like in the description maybe. But one of the things I think is very useful is take yourself on a date, a solo date. This could be literally going to a restaurant. This could be like going to the movies. This could be going to a poetry reading. It could be going on a solo trip or a staycay by yourself. But do things alone and learn to love it. I'm not saying that doing things with people is so great. Honestly, it is. But learn to do things alone and spend time with yourself. Get to know yourself. Like, what do I really love? What do I like? And the more you take yourself on these dates, maybe try different places, you'll start to learn even more about yourself. Maybe you thought you liked one thing all this time because you were told that, and you discover you like something totally different. Maybe you like going and jumping at those bounce houses. Or maybe you actually like going skydiving. Maybe you like painting or doing carpentry. I don't know what that thing is, but maybe you discover that there's more to your life than what you think, because you've been going after what other people told you versus thinking for yourself. Discover yourself, find yourself, love yourself, encourage yourself, all the things. I challenge you to find out what that is this week. Take yourself on a date. Get to know you. Just like you go on a date, you get to know the person, get to know you. Start asking yourself questions. You don't have to be like, self, what do you really like? I would do that, but I'm saying you don't have to do it. You could just be like in your head, what do I love? What have I always loved? What do I feel about my career? What do I feel about my life right now? And where do I want it to go? Where do I want to change it? Because that's available to you. That's the thing, is you don't have to say it in a way of like complaining, but you could say it in a way of curiosity. Like, what if my life was different? What if I was different? Because you can be different. That ball is always in your court. You always have the power. It's just we choose, and that's a whole nother conversation, but we choose to stay in certain situations. And I'm not here to tell you like to coddle you or ever be like, oh, it's okay. No, it's not okay. You have to take responsibility. Like, I'm here in this point in my life, but I want to make a change. I want to love myself. I want to know I'm valuable. I want to know that I'm worthy. Because people could tell you, and I could tell you all day, but it doesn't matter until you truly believe it. And I hope that this video is helpful to you. I hope that you're able to take one of these tools and use it, or multiple. I hope that it's healing for you. I hope that you're able to experience something new this week. And if you do, please let me know. Please share with me, share it with others, because maybe people need to hear it. Like, I needed to hear this message at one point. I told myself I was going to make this video months ago, but I didn't because I was afraid. And now I'm here meditating on a video. Like, I literally meditated on a video. That's so funny. It's my first time ever doing that on a video, meditating on a video to share with you guys. How beautiful is it to live a life where you can love yourself? That's beautiful. Like, nobody can take that away from you, loving you. Other people may hurt you, but you always have you at the end of the day and in the beginning. So take care of yourself, love yourself. I'm so happy to be here with you guys as always. I'm happy that you watched this. If you watched this till the end, I'll see you in the next video. Have an amazing week. With all of my love, Lana.